Kael, Merrick lives between worlds, slipping through hidden portals to move magical artifacts and secrets. In Crimson City, magic flows through the streets like a living pulse, and Kael thrives in its chaos. Greyport, however, is dull and lifeless, and Kael feels caged when forced to spend time there. One evening, Kael encounters Sarai Vale, a bold, streetwise thief, attempting to pickpocket him. Their confrontation sparks tension, but Kael senses her latent magical potential. Before he can process it, a rogue warlock from Ashen Hollow attacks, seeking a dangerous relic Kael possesses. A sudden portal escape whisks them both into Ashen Hollow, a decayed, magic-starved city where shadows twist unnaturally, and every street threatens death. Kael's internal struggle emerges. He knows these worlds are connected, but his desire for profit conflicts with the moral responsibility of protecting the multiverse. Sarai challenges him, questioning his motives and daring him to act selflessly. This sets the tone for their reluctant partnership. Fear and curiosity intertwine as they realize the balance between worlds is more fragile and more deadly than they ever imagined. Kael and Sarai are forced to work together after barely escaping Ashen Hollow. Sarai demands training, but Kael is reluctant. He has survived alone for years, trusting no one. Through tense sparring sessions, he begins to teach her magical control and survival strategies, while she challenges his arrogance and solitary habits. Their journey between worlds exposes cultural contrasts: Crimson City's excess, Greyport's monotony, Ashen Hollow's decay, and glimpses of Shadow Vale's ruined power. Every portal jump tests their patience and strategy, forcing cooperation under threat of death. Each encounter with shadow creatures, magical traps, and rival magicians strengthens their bond, though neither admits it openly. Kael grapples with his growing sense of responsibility and the realization that Sarai is more than a companion. She is a mirror to his flaws and a reminder of what he could lose. Sarai, in turn, begins to confront her desire for freedom versus the need for guidance and trust. Their tension builds as they learn each other's strengths and weaknesses, setting the stage for emotional and magical growth amidst escalating external danger. The pair arrive in Shadow Vale, a city decimated by a warlock who sought ultimate control of magic. Here, Kael is confronted with memories of his mentor, Master Errand, who died attempting to stabilize the worlds. Kael's guilt weighs heavily. He had chosen survival over intervention, and Shadow Vale is a stark reminder of what inaction costs. Sarai's past is revealed. She escaped slavery under a corrupt magician and has honed survival skills on the streets of Greyport. Her cunning contrasts Kael's arrogance, but they share a similar burden of trauma. As they navigate the ruins, Kael encounters magical residues that threaten to overwhelm him emotionally. Visions of death, pain, and betrayal replayed in the air around them. They discover fragments of a magical codex, a tool that could stabilize or destroy the portals between worlds. Their interactions grow more personal as trust deepens, though fear of loss makes each hesitant to reveal full vulnerability. Their partnership evolves into an emotional bond, though unspoken tension lingers. Both realize that the shadows of the past must be confronted before they can hope to prevent future catastrophe. News arrives of a rising cabal in Crimson City, magicians seeking to seize the Codex and dominate all worlds. Kael and Sarai must rally unlikely allies, an exiled mage from Ashen Hollow, a rogue portal keeper, and a disillusioned scholar from Greyport. Negotiating their cooperation tests Kael's cunning, patience, and morality, forcing him to balance fear, trust, and manipulation. Meanwhile, Sarai trains relentlessly, her powers awakening in bursts of raw energy. Kael becomes protective, but struggles to let her act independently, learning that leadership requires restraint and trust. Conflict arises among the group as old rivalries and mistrust threaten to undermine the alliance. Kael faces the ethical dilemma: sacrifice the few for the many or risk total chaos. The Cabal's attacks escalate, portals are sabotaged, and cities tremble under uncontrolled magic. Each encounter tests Kael's tactical skill, Sarai's growing power, and the fragile bonds between allies. The storm of danger draws them closer together, but also exposes fractures, foreshadowing betrayals, moral dilemmas, and the ultimate confrontation ahead. The Cabal launches a massive assault on Crimson City. Chaos erupts as magical surges warp streets, buildings collapse, and civilians are trapped. Kael and Sarai fight through corridors of collapsing towers, wielding both magic and strategy to protect innocents and their allies. Every choice carries weight. A misstep could destroy a world. Internal conflict intensifies. Kael must confront his fear of losing control. Sarai wrestles with the temptation to act recklessly to protect those she loves. The Cabal captures a critical ally, forcing Kael to choose between personal revenge and the broader mission. The city becomes a battleground where magical duels intersect with emotional stakes. Kael experiences moments of clarity and self-doubt in equal measure. Sarai steps forward in critical moments, showcasing her growth and ability to act independently through fire, destruction, and desperate choices. The pair realize that victory requires both heart and intellect, a fusion of trust, courage, and moral clarity. At the climax, the Codex is within reach, but using it could collapse all worlds if mishandled. Kael faces his deepest fear, sacrificing a world to save another, repeating mistakes of the past. Sarai challenges him, insisting that the right choice may demand creativity and courage, not raw power. They infiltrate the Cabal's stronghold, navigating deadly wards and illusions designed to exploit weaknesses. Kael experiences hallucinations of Shadow Vale and memories of those lost, forcing him to confront unresolved guilt. Sarai's clarity and courage provide balance, and together they reach a breakthrough, using synergy between their magic to stabilize the Codex safely. The Cabal is defeated, but not without cost. The stronghold collapses, forcing them to make a final high-stakes escape through a failing portal. Kael and Sarai's bond solidifies, forged in shared danger and mutual respect. The choice demonstrates that leadership, trust, and courage outweigh brute strength. In the aftermath, the four worlds begin gradual recovery. Kael assumes responsibility as a guardian of portals, committed to protecting balance without overreaching. Sarai embraces her powers fully, gaining respect as a leader in her own right. Relationships among allies deepen, loyalty is celebrated, and forgiveness is extended where possible. Kael reflects on past failures and recognizes the value of collaboration, humility, and empathy. Sarai's journey highlights self-discovery and resilience, showing that strength comes from choice, not circumstance. Though the immediate threat is gone, the story closes with hints of future challenges. Small disruptions in the portal network, mysterious traces of lingering dark magic, and the awareness that balance must be maintained continuously. The conclusion is hopeful yet suspenseful, leaving room for exploration, adventure, and personal growth in potential sequels. Kael and Sarai stand at the edge of a portal, overlooking Crimson City as dawn breaks. Magic hums faintly in the streets below, now quieter but alive. Their partnership has evolved into deep trust, mutual respect, and subtle romancer bond forged in adversity. The team disperses to rebuild and strengthen their respective realms, sharing knowledge and vigilance. Kael initiates reforms to prevent future misuse of magic, while Sarai mentors young, promising mages and thieves alike, teaching lessons learned through hardship. The four worlds are no longer separate entities, they are connected by shared responsibility, alliances, and a delicate network of portals. Kael finally embraces the duality of his identity, adventurer and guardian, rogue and protector. Sarai recognizes her own power and agency, no longer running from danger, but meeting it with confidence. The story ends on an evocative note. A shimmering portal opens on the horizon, hinting at new adventures, challenges, and perhaps darker threats. Yet, for now, Kael and Sarai and their allies stand ready, stronger, wiser, and united, poised to shape the future across multiple worlds.
If this story made you pause for a moment, subscribe for more stories that matter.